On March 26, 2025, Denmark took a significant step in bolstering its military capabilities with the official establishment of a new air defense wing at Flive Station Skalstrup, commonly known as Skalstrup Air Base, located near Roskilde, roughly 40 kilometers southwest of Copenhagen. The ceremony, attended by Danish Minister of Defense Troels Lund Poulsen and Chief of Defense General Michael Hyldgaard, marked the beginning of a transformative phase for Denmark's air defense strategy. Operating under the Air Command, this new wing serves as the central hub for the nation's ground-based air defense systems, a capability Denmark has lacked since decommissioning older systems decades ago. This development comes amid a broader push to modernize the Danish armed forces, driven by rising regional tensions and lessons from conflicts like Ukraine, where air defenses have proven indispensable against modern aerial threats. The establishment reflects a deliberate shift in Denmark's defense priorities, spurred by a recognition that reliance on air-based assets alone is insufficient in today's complex threat environment. The deployment of the Air Defense Wing is currently in its nascent stages, with a focus on planning and preparation rather than immediate operational readiness. Denmark has outlined an ambitious plan to acquire two types of air defense systems, one long-range and one short to medium-range, with the selection process and contract agreements slated for completion by the end of 2025. Full operational capability is not expected until 2028, reflecting the complexity of integrating these advanced systems into the Danish military framework. In the interim, Skalstrup Air Base is being adapted to accommodate future equipment and personnel, with infrastructure upgrades and training programs underway. While the wing is not yet deploying active defenses, its establishment lays the groundwork for a robust air defense network, complementing Denmark's imminent transition to F-35A aircraft for NATO air patrols starting April 1, 2025. This phased approach underscores Denmark's commitment to long-term security, even as it navigates the logistical and financial challenges of such an endeavor. Details about the size of the Air Defense Wing remain somewhat elusive, as official sources have not yet disclosed precise figures regarding personnel or facility scope. Operating under the Air Command, the wing likely draws on existing Air Force resources while expanding to meet future needs. Estimates suggest that, once fully operational, it could involve hundreds of personnel, a scale consistent with similar NATO air defense units, though its current size is more modest, focused on foundational staffing for planning and development. The wing's growth will be incremental, tied to the procurement and integration of the new air defense systems over the next few years, positioning it as a scalable entity designed to adapt to evolving security demands. The lack of specificity at this stage is not unusual for a project in its infancy, but it leaves room for speculation about how Denmark will balance ambition with practical constraints, such as recruitment and funding. The purpose and role of the Air Defense Wing are clear: to enhance Denmark's ability to safeguard its airspace and territorial integrity against a range of aerial threats, including aircraft, drones, and missiles. Defense Minister Poulsen has underscored the strategic necessity of this move, pointing to the war in Ukraine as a stark reminder of the importance of layered air defenses. Beyond national protection, the wing strengthens Denmark's contribution to NATO's collective defense, particularly in the Baltic and Arctic regions, where its geographic position is pivotal. It also reflects a shift toward greater resilience, enabling Denmark to respond independently to threats while reinforcing its alliance commitments. This dual focus, domestic security and international cooperation, positions the wing as a cornerstone of Denmark's evolving defense posture. Moreover, the initiative aligns with Denmark's broader military overhaul, including the establishment of a new drone center in Odense and increased investments in naval and missile capabilities, painting a picture of a nation intent on fortifying its defenses across multiple domains. The implications of this establishment are profound, both for Denmark and the broader region. For Denmark, it represents a critical piece of a larger military modernization effort, which includes female conscription starting in 2026 and substantial defense investments, such as the 6.8 billion euros allocated for 2024-2025. It fills a long-standing gap in ground-based air defense, enhancing deterrence and reducing reliance solely on air-based assets like fighter jets. Strategically, it offers Denmark a degree of autonomy in protecting its airspace, including over Greenland and the Faroe Islands, amid growing geopolitical interest in the Arctic. Domestically, this shift signals a societal pivot toward prioritizing security, backed by increased budgets and legislative changes, though it will demand sustained financial and political commitment to reach full potential by 2028. The move also carries economic implications, as the procurement of advanced systems and base upgrades could stimulate Denmark's defense industry, potentially fostering innovation and job creation. Regionally, the Air Defense Wing bolsters NATO's northeastern flank, a critical area given Russia's actions in Ukraine and its expanding Arctic presence. It complements Denmark's recent 2.1 billion euros Arctic investment announced in January 2025, reinforcing security in a contested region where climate change and resource interests are amplifying strategic competition. The move also intersects with U.S.-Denmark relations, strained by American rhetoric in March 2025 about securing Greenland, where the U.S. maintains Pacific Space Base under a 1951 agreement. By demonstrating proactive defense efforts, Denmark may mitigate some pressure from Washington, stabilizing diplomacy while asserting its sovereignty. In the Baltic Sea region, the eventual deployment of advanced air defenses could deter aggression, addressing vulnerabilities exposed by recent conflicts and enhancing stability across Northern Europe. Furthermore, it could inspire neighboring countries like Norway and Sweden to deepen their own air defense capabilities, fostering a more cohesive Scandinavian defense framework within NATO. In assessing this development, the establishment of the Air Defense Wing at Skalstrup Air Base emerges as a pragmatic and forward-looking response to a shifting security landscape. For Denmark, it promises enhanced deterrence and NATO alignment, though its full impact hinges on timely procurement and integration, a process that stretches to 2028, leaving a window of preparatory rather than immediate strength. Regionally, it reinforces NATO's northern defenses and could ease tensions with allies like the US, provided Denmark navigates Greenland-related challenges adeptly. The initiative also raises questions about resource allocation, as Denmark balances this project with other priorities like Arctic naval enhancements and conscription expansion. While not yet a game changer, this move positions Denmark as a more assertive player in regional security, outbalancing national interests with collective responsibilities in an increasingly uncertain world. Its success will depend on Denmark's ability to sustain momentum, both politically and financially, as it builds a defense apparatus fit for the challenges of the late 2020s and beyond.